So I want to thank all of you tonight for being here and for spending your evening with me. Tonight we're going to be talking about something that is a very real issue, something that is very serious and is affecting deeply our society. We're going to be talking about depression. We're going to be focusing mainly on what depression is and what we can do to help our family and friends that are suffering with depression. I want to start off by sharing a story of someone that most of us here already know. This person was charismatic, he was talented, he was loved by millions. You may recognize him from films such as Patch Adams, Mrs. Doubtfire, Hook, and the hilarious sitcom Mork and Mindy. Yes, I am talking about the hilarious Robin Williams. Like I said, Robin Williams was hilarious, he was talented, he was loved by millions. He could put a smile on even the grumpiest of faces. But at the age of 63 in his California home, Robin Williams decided to take his own life. One of the main reasons for that was depression. Despite all of his talent, his success, how many people loved him and looked up to him, being one of the most iconic faces in Hollywood, depression led him to take his own life. Robin Williams was very open about his mental disorder, and he had a lot of other stuff going on. He had a failed marriage. He was trying a new marriage. He was the star of a TV show that was starting to fail. He was struggling with just the difficulties of aging, and he also had a certain form of dementia that also leads to depressive thoughts and suicidal tendencies. All of that together, combined with the depression, led him to take his own life. A life that I think we all can agree was pretty amazing and helped a lot of people. The facts, the World Organization states that 1 in 300 citizens of planet Earth has some form of depression. That means 1 in every 25 people has depression. It means 1 in every 25 of your coworkers, 1 in every 25 of your friends, and 1 of every 25 of your family members has depression. Maybe thinking about ending their life, maybe self-harming, maybe just wondering if life will ever get better and be stuck in a black hole. Okay? So it is critically important that we begin to recognize the signs of depression and learn how we can better help those of our friends, because we do have them. We have friends and family that are struggling with depression, and we need to learn how to better help them. So we're going to start off by explaining what exactly is depression. The American Psychiatric Association defines depression as being extreme feelings of sadness, loss of interest in activities that they used to be very interested in, emotional and physical problems related to the depression, decreased ability to function at home and at work and in family relationships, and symptoms such as these need to last for up to 2 weeks or more. Okay? Now we have a little bit more of an understanding of depression. I want to focus on the most important part, which is the signs of depression. If you notice any of these people, any of these signs in any of your close friends or family members, seek help immediately. The number one sign is obviously negative feelings. Then comes feelings of withdrawal, where you don't see that person as much. They like to stay in their own room a little bit more. You invite them out to activities, and they always seem to come up with excuses about why they can't. Energia, or lack of energy. Again, this is related to staying in the room. They are staying in their room, they're sleeping a little bit extra, which ties into another one of the signs of depression. But they just don't have as much energy, which leads to failure in schoolwork, leads to lower performance in work. Another one are changes in eating, and these can go either way. It can be they are turning anorexic and are not eating at all, or they're binge eating and eating too much and making themselves throw up. These can all be signs of depression. Another sign, as I said before, was sleeping changes. This can be either not at all or huge changes where they're not sleeping at all, or they're sleeping way too much, sleeping until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then going to bed at 9 o'clock at night. And then loss of concentration, not being able to focus at work, not being able to focus on homework, not being able to focus in school. So again, if any of your friends or family are experiencing these types of symptoms, contact a mental health professional immediately, because the probability is that they are suffering with depression. Okay. Anthony Jarm, who is a world-renowned psychiatrist, published an article and coined the phrase mental health literacy. And what he talks about in this article is what we can do to increase our knowledge of mental disorders, and how we can recognize them more, and what we can do to help those who are suffering from them. The first thing he talks about is knowledge or beliefs of mental disorders that help to recognize, that aid us in recognizing those disorders and help us know what we need to do to prevent them. Okay. The next thing he talks about is recognition of the signs of a mental disorder, so that immediate and early help can be provided. This is again tying into the signs of depression. If you recognize that someone has those symptoms, get them in contact with someone early so that they can begin the process to heal and to improve their life. Knowledge of professional help and available treatment is a huge factor in mental health literacy, because most people don't know that there is help available. Most people don't know that they can talk to someone, that someone does understand them. So knowledge of the ability to seek help and get some guidance will definitely help. Effective self-help strategies include things such as stress management, positive self-talk, anything that you can learn about, and they're all over in the web, so do your research, so that when you recognize that someone is having a depressive episode, you can provide them with these tools that they can use by themselves to get out of a depressive episode and create habits that will help them decrease their depression. Knowledge and skills to give mental health first aid and support to others. This ties in again to those self-help strategies. Just knowledge about what can be done to help that person, what to do in case of an emergency, what phone numbers to call. Those are all part of what he is talking about right here. And then knowledge of how to prevent mental disorders. This ties into knowing what resources are available, what attitudes to have in family life, what effect school has on mental disorders. All of these things are strategies that you can research and learn about how to prevent mental disorders. So it is critically important that we increase our mental health literacy, because as I stated before, there are people that need our help. To end, I'd like to share a personal story that hits close to home. This right here, this beautiful young lady right here is my younger sister. You can see she's gorgeous. She looks very happy. She is talented, extremely talented. She, in high school, started in madrigals her sophomore year, and was a sophomore, junior, and senior. Had an amazing voice. Everyone loved her. About a year ago, she told our family that she had begun to self-harm. She began to cut herself. My family, we had failed to recognize the symptoms and signs of depression, and it caused her much pain. Thankfully, we had done research to increase our mental health literacy, and we knew what programs and professional help were available, and we got her in contact with a mental health professional. Thanks to that mental health professional, a plan to end her life was discovered, and she was able to be put into an inpatient facility where they taught her more self-help strategies. And she was in there for about a week before they released her, and she's making great progress. Great progress. She still has depression, and she still struggles with self-doubt and many different negative effects of depression. But through the strategies, through mental health literacy, she is increasing her quality of life. as I stated before, 1 in 25 people have depression. I never knew my sister had depression. Never knew that she was considering taking her own life, that there was a knife hidden in her room, and that she was ready to use it on any given day. I know that as we increase our knowledge of depression, as we increase our knowledge of the signs and begin to recognize them, and I know that as we increase our mental health literacy, we will be able to save lives. Do not wait until it is too late. Begin to increase your knowledge of depression now and save the lives of your family and friends. Thank you.